kitchen. Y'all, I am beating this flank steak, trying to get it as thin as I can. So on the menu for today is Mongolian beef. I'm experimenting with the sauce because if you guys have been here for a while, you know my dude number one, he loves extra sauce, okay? So we're gonna try to do some extra sauce because we want our Mongolian beef to be saucy. You know, I don't want it to whereas all of the sauce is just on the meat, and then when we put it over our noodles or our rice, it's just the saucy meat. We want a little bit to kind of drizzle. Y'all know what I mean? Okay. In the meantime, I have thoroughly washed my hands, but because, wait a minute, before I wash them again, let me get this beef inside this bag, okay, since I'm going to have to touch it. But honey, I beat this meat up, sliced it, and got it really thin. I probably could have had some wider slices, but in any event. And this is about not quite 1.5 pounds of flank steak, okay? And what I did was I put it in the freezer for at least about 30 minutes so it could get a little stiff, a little stiffer. That helps it, makes it easier for you when you try to slice it. All right, and I was trying to kind of slice it at an angle, what was it, against the grain? I think that's what I was trying to do. I hope I did it right. But anyway, cutting it on an angle like that and just trying to get it thin. As thin as I could. So we're getting it in this bag, and I'm going to add maybe about 1/2 cup of this. Ooh. Come on now. The meat is sticking together. I'm trying to separate it as much as I can before I drop it down in this Ziploc bag. But as I was saying, I'm going to add about maybe about 1/2 cup or so of this cornstarch to this meat. Okay. All right. Let me wash my hands really quick. Wash my hands again. After messing with that raw meat. Okay. Now, as I was saying, and I'm also, well, so it can be heating up. I don't have a wok. I used to have a wok. I think I got rid of it. Too much stuff. I'm going to turn on my skillet to like a medium high, and I'm going to add just a little bit of my vegetable oil, okay? All right. I think that's enough. Ooh. So I have my cornstarch. And while that's getting hot, we're just gonna maybe not 1/2 cup, maybe about 1/4 cup. Let's see. See if that's gonna coat it good enough. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more. You don't want to overdo it where you have all that extra cornstarch in there, but you need enough to get all of your meat coated, okay? Ooh. You also saw me in the beginning where I was cutting up I was grating my fresh garlic. So I'm using about 4 tablespoons of garlic. It's fresh garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons of fresh ginger. And I have my little notes over here, you guys. I have about 5 scallions. And I cut off the white end of the scallions and kind of chop that up just a little bit more than the green part. Now, the green part, we'll add that later because we just kind of want it to wilt a little bit. But the white part takes a little bit longer to cook, and I don't like crunchy onions. I like to, you know, I want my onions a little more done. Okay, so we'll be adding those before we add the green part of the scallions, okay? And this is my fresh garlic and my ginger here, all right? Okay, so let me say that again. I had like the 5 stalks of the scallions. I have about 4 tablespoons of my freshly grated garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons of my fresh ginger. What else we have going on over here? Not quite 1.5 pounds of my flank steak. Okay. I have, again, we're trying to make this a little saucier. So I'm just playing with my ingredients, okay? I have about 2 cups of, it's a broth. I added a little bit of better than bouillon. I added the chicken. They do make a vegetable better than bouillon. I didn't have any of the, not the vegetable, although they do make a vegetable. They have I think they have a beef better than bouillon. I was out of it, so I added me just a little bit of my roasted chicken just to give, I didn't want to add just plain water. You can add plain water. A lot of people do. That's perfectly fine. But I just wanted my liquid that I was adding to have a little flavor to it. So I have my 2 cups of broth. You can do water. And if you don't want it really saucy, then you're not gonna need as much liquid as I'm using, okay? Let's see, to that we're gonna add, I'm using my less sodium soy sauce. Ooh, you guys, my hands are so ashy and dry, but it's okay. They're clean. Y'all make sure you wash your nasty hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands because that's just nasty, all right? So we're gonna use about 3/4 cups of this low sodium soy sauce. And when I tell you guys, I'm just guessing at these ingredients that I want to use. I'll see how it tastes. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether or not be like, girl, that's terrible. You shouldn't have done that. Ooh. So we have 3/4 cups of this soy sauce. And I'm adding it to my 2 cups of broth. Come on. You're almost there. Okay. Oh, that was about the whole bottle, girl. Anyway, we're just going to get our sauce together while that vegetable oil is heating up. Listen, girl, you probably could have went on ahead and used that, but we'll see. That's to the 2 cups of broth. Okay. I'm also going to use just a little bit of crushed red pepper. We don't like stuff too spicy. Well, my husband doesn't like spice at all. That dude, number one, he doesn't like spice at all. So we'll add just a little bit of it. And I'll show you guys, you know, once we get to adding all this to the pan after we cook the meat. I'm going to add a little bit of sesame seed. A little bit of sesame seed. And then we have about 3/4 cups of brown sugar. That's for the sauce, okay? Is that everything? I think that's everything. Once this beef is done, we will I'll add just a little bit of salt to it, just a little bit once it comes out, okay? And you don't want to overcrowd your pan, so I'm not going to cook it all at one time. I'll cook it in batches and then put it in my strainer to kind of let a little bit of that grease drain off. Okay. All right, I think we're about ready to go in the pan. Let me bring you guys a little closer. And it's not going to take these long to cook because we beat them and got them thin, so it won't take long at all to cook. We just want to, you know, brown them a little bit, okay, on each side. Alright, our meat is browned really good. It's done and we're taking it out. I really need to be using some tongs with the silicone end, but I'm being very careful not to scratch up my skillet. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Now that our meat is out, our grease is still pretty warm. This is what we have left. So we're going to add our garlic and fresh garlic and ginger, and also the white part of the scallion. Stirring everything. We don't want anything to stick. Okay, now we're going to add I'm adding my broth and the soy sauce slowly. Okay, and that's going to heat back up. I'm going to add a little bit of my crushed pepper now. I'm not going to add much. Again, we don't like it too hot. Just a little bit, pretty much just to know I added some. Now we're going to add our brown sugar. Try not to let it splatter. And we're going to keep stirring this. Then it's going to come to a boil. You need it to rumble a little bit. Okay, now that we are really boiling, we've cooked down just a little bit. I'm going to go on and add my, watch it girl. I'm going to add my meat back in. And you guys remember that the meat was, has the cornstarch. So that's going to help thicken up the sauce. And I like our meat to be have a little crispiness to it. So again, we're going to let this keep cooking and boiling just for a few minutes. You don't want it to boil too long, because you don't want it to get too thick on you, okay? You can see how the sauce has thickened up and it's cooking down, or has cooked down. I'm going to go on and add the green part of the scallions. And we're going to turn off the heat. Guys, it's been a couple of hours, so I've added a little more water to it. It started getting thick. So, I'm gonna tell y'all something in a minute. Ooh, what you laughing at? Is your face turned up and toe up? No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What's that?
Yes, it is.
Just look at it. I'm trying to.
And I have to put some on the plate pretty so I can get my thumbnail. Don't be back there looking crazy, because you know they're going to tell me if you are.
They tell everything. That's all you, a bunch of tattletales.
Tattletales?
Tattletales. What is this?
I gotta make it look pretty.
The world is...
You better fix your face. Are you backing up like you scared or something? I ain't gonna leave all this on here. I just need to get a thumbnail. I need to get that off of there right there. That look pretty. I am gonna tell y'all something in a minute though, for real.
Tell me first.
I should have toasted them. Okay, let me get a thumbnail. Okay, I plated it, you guys, with some rice. Put a little, listen, I'm trying not to dump it in the floor. Now he back there looking crazy. Babe, stop looking like that.
Man,
that's why I told you I'm going to tell y'all something in a minute. Wait a minute, I'm trying not to dump this in the floor. Okay. It's Mongolian beef.
Mongolian beef. Okay.
I'm going to tell you something in a minute. And you can give me your honest thoughts because I have a reason. I'm going to tell you something. Why is you looking crazy? Don't do that, Robert.
Okay, just
See,
just
y'all,
trust me.
see, this is the reason why we just do simple food. You see how he's doing? If it's not anything he's familiar with, like chicken, pork chop, hamburger.
Okay. That wasn't no meat. I thought it was.
There wasn't no meat.
I thought it was.
It's beef.
Okay, I thought it was. It was just. Bear with me. It's new.
Tastes like you eating some at an Asian restaurant, an Asian cuisine.
It's Asian.
Oh, what's it supposed to mean?
It's Asian. It's good. I mean, I'm just let me work with just bear with me. Bear with me.
I'm gonna tell you something. I just ain't gonna tell you right now, cause you already looking crazy. Do you know what you're tasting? What the flavors are? You don't.
It's definitely.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and honestly, you guys, I don't expect for him to like it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he doesn't care for ginger. Is that what you're tasting?
Yeah.
It
That's
has
what it is.
ginger and it has garlic. I know you're familiar with garlic, but he doesn't. I love ginger. I really like garlic, and I love onion. Did I get something on me? Oh, what's it? Did I get some? Oh, I got some of that sauce on me, didn't I? How y'all ain't tell me? Look at that. I
It's
could just,
different.
I could just feel it. Yeah, but I think
It's new.
yeah, and it's different for you. What's that on that oven? Please tell me what. And like I said, he doesn't care for ginger. So that's why I was saying he probably would. I don't expect him to like it. As for me, it's okay. You know, just trying to try something different for us. That's why it's hard for me to do a lot of different recipes, because we're simple. We do chicken, hamburger, beef,
what kind of meat
pork
is this?
chop. It's beef flanks.
It's like, it's not meat.
What you mean? It's like it's not meat.
I mean, it's not like it's not like it's thick.
Oh, because I cut it thin and then I tenderized it with the
Yeah, and then
yeah.
it go down to the meat.
What,
I mean,
what you mean to go down to the meat?
I mean, it's like it's.
Did I get that off? Yeah.
It's not thick meat at all. I mean,
No, but that's because the way I sliced it. You slice it thin. You slice it thin.
because you know I'm a rice. I love rice.
I know you love rice. If it wasn't for the rice, he wouldn't be eating it, y'all.
The stuff is mixed with the rice, so it's. I'm trying to get the rice.
And then it has the
It's different. It's really different.
Yeah. That's why we just keep it simple. And see, the green things, that's the scallions, that's the onions. And then that other end of the scallion is white. I cut that up, so that's in there too. See, this is why I keep it simple, y'all. But I knew with that ginger, and I was probably a little heavy-handed with the ginger.
But you know the issue is, it's good, but it's
just different for your palate.
Yeah. I mean,
the only reason you eating it, I just believe, is because
no, honest to God,
you have rice. And
Yep.
then I was trying to make, a lot of times in Mongolian beef, the sauce is really more so on the beef, and it's not enough to kind of cover your rice. And see, I know how you like the
okay, look,
kind of a gravy,
see,
if you will.
yeah, you see how it's like you have illusion of a big piece of meat you're finna bite into, and then it's thin.
Because it's supposed to be thin, baby. It ain't like it's cube steak.
You know what? And that's what I'm trying to make.
Yeah, you trying
I guess
to make
that's what's throwing me off. I'm trying to make it cube steak.
And it's not. It's thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to slice it thin because you just fried enough to brown it.
I'm trying to make it cube steak. I guess that's,
well, baby,
or at least a
not
thickness like a cube steak.
It's something different I was trying, y'all.
Well, it is different. It is certainly different.
We eat simple stuff over here. I mean, not that this isn't simple, but we listen. But that's what I was going to tell you. I didn't want to say that in the beginning. When I said, I'm going to tell y'all something, now he's taking it off there, putting it on the paper plate. So simple. When I say I'm going to tell y'all something, I didn't want to say in the beginning, I didn't want to tell him in the beginning that it had the ginger in it because I didn't want him to just automatically be like, ooh. But I knew he was tasting something, but couldn't put his finger on exactly what it was he was tasting.
Ginger's good for you.
Yeah, I've really been on the ginger kick ever since when I was sick the last time. Been putting it in my water and drinking it in my water. So, and he tasted my water with the ginger in it. He was like, you know, doing the most. So, I'm not surprised in any event. Something different. Mongolian beef with rice. I actually got some noodles to fix with it, but didn't. Okay, you guys. Alright, so if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
Hit the nosy.
That's turning on that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever we're doing whatever it is we're doing here. Don't let the refrigerator slam.
I'm so sorry. I hid my biscuits that you made. I didn't eat them, but I hid my biscuits.
Oh, you hid them?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna warm. I didn't want you eating because you was eating biscuits like you
I
was.
was not.
You wasn't?
No.
Was that Steven? Somebody was eating biscuits like they
It was Markel.
Oh yeah, he was eating biscuits like he was on the island by himself, and I.
Anyway, did we say everything we needed to say?
Oh, hit the nosy.
You told. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye.